Hey friends, Andy here. How you doing? Good to see you. You know, Instagram is so like 10 years ago. These days, the cool kids are hearing about the hot new trends in finance on TikTok, Snapchat, and YouTube. And what are they hearing about? Well, if you've spent any time watching Mr. Beast, FaZe Rug, Cody Ko, Emma Chamberlain, the list goes on, and man, saying all those makes me feel old, then you've probably heard about Current. What is Current? Well, many are saying that Current is the future of banking. What do I think? Well, stick around to find out if Current lives up to the hype. But before we jump into the video, I wanted to let you know that Current did reach out to me to sponsor this video. Since I review a lot of banking products, they wanted me to take a look at their offering, their card, and all the features they have to offer. Obviously, I said yes. I also want to mention that they wanted this to be an honest review, and I only want to recommend things that I think are great personally, or that I think you, the viewer, will benefit from. And if at any point during the video you decide you want to get a Current card for yourself, you can find the link to do just that in the description below. Okay, let's get into the video. Current, like many fintech companies, is a financial technology company and not a bank. For the banking aspect, they have partnered with Choice Financial Group. That means if you open an account, your money is FDIC insured. Current has been funded by a number of venture capital firms and Mr. Beast. Is there anything that Mr. Beast can't do? Most recently, it received $220 million in Series D funding from the venture capital firm Andreessen Horowitz. So it seems like a lot of folks think they are pretty special. I wish people liked me that much.
They ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
The cool factoid is that Current credited their customers for government stimulus checks. That allowed customers to get their money several days early, which was especially useful for cash-strapped customers who lost their jobs during the pandemic. I think this is a great example of how a company like Current can be more nimble and responsive than old traditional banks. Current is aimed squarely at millennials and Gen Zers, and they have been marketing their product accordingly. Does the younger crowd want to hear about the future of banking on a TV commercial during the news? No, they want to hear about it on YouTube or TikTok. The fact that they've now partnered with Mr. Beast, who has invested in the company, is a great example of that forward thinking. But is Current really new and different, or is it just famous for being famous? Let's find out. Current comes in two main flavors: Basic, which is completely free, and Premium, which is $4.99 a month. There's also a teen account, which is a pretty unique feature, but I'll talk more about that in a bit. First, let's start with the account basics. Current is fee-free. There are no overdraft fees, minimum balance fees, bank transfer fees, in-network ATM withdrawal fees, or instant transfer fees to or from Current members. Credit card rewards have been a standard feature for a few decades. Now, with the rise of online banks, debit cards are starting to get in on the act. Because who doesn't like earning money when you spend money? With the Current debit card, you get points for every dollar you spend at participating merchants. You can see which merchants and what kind of rewards they're offering on the app. You then have to activate the offer by tapping on it and go make your purchase within a set amount of time. You can get points whether you use the basic card or premium, but premium members do have the opportunity to earn more points. You can redeem your points for cash, use them to pay for your monthly premium fees, or you can use them to shop in the Current store, which is also available in the app. Next up is the round up feature. Basically, you can set up your account so that whenever you use your debit card for a purchase, the purchase price will be rounded up to the nearest whole dollar, and the extra cents will be automatically moved into a special savings account, or as Current calls it, a pod. This is a nice, painless way to save some money without having to put any real effort into it. You never know when you'll need a little extra cash. Savings pods are Current speak for sub-accounts that you can set up for a particular goal, like a rainy day fund, a vacation fund, a new house fund, or whatever fund you can dream up. You get one pod with the basic plan, or 3 pods with the premium plan. What's cool is you can create these for anything. All you have to do is click on the Savings Pod menu in the app, then click Create Savings Pod. I can then give it a name, choose photos, add a description. Next, I just set the amount I want to squirrel away in my pod. Now comes the cool part. Current will then start working for me and help me save towards these goals using a few different methods. You can set up auto transfers to your pods, you can manually send money over as you receive it, and you can use the roundup feature I just mentioned to fund your savings pod. Current also has some budgeting tools that allow you to track categories of spending so you can find out where your money's going. With the budgeting feature, you can set a spending limit for a particular category, and Current will track each purchase you make with the debit card so you can see how much you've spent and how much you have available. Basic users get to create a budget for one category of spending, while premium members can create budgets for all of them. I think having budgeting built in with your account is a great idea that I wish wish more banking products integrated. It just makes sense. So good on Current for having this feature. If you're a premium member and get paid by direct deposit, you can get your money up to 2 days early, and the same is true of tax refund, or as we saw in the case of government stimulus checks, several days early. Getting your monthly paycheck a day or two early isn't an uncommon feature these days, but I think it's an important feature, and I like that they released government funds early. Not sure how often that will come into play in the future, but I think it shows that they were really thinking about their customers' needs. If you're a premium member, you get up to $100 in overdraft protection. Remember, there aren't any overdraft fees anyway, so this feature is really more about the convenience than the saving money. Think of it as a kind of short-term interest-free loan. The next feature I want to talk about is gas hold. This is one I actually haven't seen before. When you use your debit card to buy gas, the gas station typically puts a hold on your account of $100 because they don't know what the actual cost will be until after you pump your gas. That hold ties up your money for 3 to 5 business days, even if you only pump $10 or $15 worth of gas. If you're a premium member though, Current credits your account by the amount of the hold minus what you actually paid for gas immediately. So you can access all of your money. The next feature is tags. Current gives you a tag similar to a social media handle that allows friends and family to find you on Current, which makes it easy to send and receive money from other Current account holders. You can withdraw cash completely free from over 40,000 in-network all-point ATMs in the US. You will pay a $2.50 fee for using an out-of-network ATM in addition to whatever fees that ATM charges you. Current also allows you to deposit cash at over 60,000 stores nationwide, and the app makes it easy to find participating stores. Like most cash deposit services, there is a small fee of $3.50. Now normally I'd knock them for having a fee, but so many online banks don't even offer that option. So you are essentially out of luck if you want to deposit cash. So I'm glad you have the option to do so with Current. One of Current's more unusual offerings is its teen checking account, which comes with a series of features that allow teens to have the responsibility of a bank account and the convenience of a debit card, but still gives parents ultimate control. With a teen checking account, the parents will get notified for every transaction the teen makes, and parents can block merchants they don't approve of. They can also set spending limits, automate allowance payments, and set chores to complete and pay the teen once they've earned the money. Teens get a debit card, along with access to roundups and savings pods to encourage them to save money or donate to charity. The teen accounts are available for both basic and premium accounts and cost $36 per year or only about $3 per month. Now let's talk about some downsides. One downside to Current is that it doesn't offer interest on its accounts. However, given that the national average for savings account interest rates is 0.04% right now, I don't think that this matters that much. Besides, I feel like this is more than offset with the cashback features. Also, one more thing to note, and this might not actually be a downside for you, is that you can only access Current on the app. There's no option to use a browser. Some will be bummed that there is no browser experience, but I think that their app is so good that this won't be an issue for most people. Some banks have okay web experiences and okay apps, so I always prefer when they just focus and make a single experience excellent. So what does the future hold for Current? Well, remember back at the beginning of this video, I mentioned that Current recently received $220 million in Series D funding. Current has announced that it plans to use some of this money to utilize cryptocurrency. Exactly how they will do that remains to be seen, but I think adoption of crypto into their offering is a sure sign of forward thinking. Current is obviously aiming at a young, millennial, and Gen Z audience, but it's also making banking more democratic. According to CEO Stuart Sopp, over half of Current's customers have never had a bank account before, and I think that's pretty incredible. Current is making banking accessible and affordable by offering a rewards debit card for people who may not have the credit history to access a rewards credit card, and by getting rid of almost all the standard fees, offering overdraft protection, and of course, by encouraging teenagers to learn how to handle their own accounts. If you found this review helpful, then please take a moment to like the video and subscribe for more money-related content on my channel. And while you're at it, follow me on Twitter. I post original content there every single day. And if you've got an account with Current, I'd love to hear about your experience down in the comments. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.